Hi, PerspectaWeather.com meteorologist Paul Dorian here on Wednesday, August 7th. Looks like it's going to be quite an active afternoon and evening in the I-95 corridor region, really extending all the way from the Carolinas to New England. A frontal system will be approaching the eastern seaboard, and the result is likely to be some widespread showers and thunderstorms. Some of the storms can reach strong to severe levels. Certainly can produce some heavy rainfall later today, early tonight. Perhaps even some storms can produce some damaging wind gusts. That front slides through the mid-Atlantic region, and then a secondary front arrives early Friday. That front will usher in a much more comfortable air mass for later Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, with noticeably lower humidity values. A very nice weekend setting up for the mid-Atlantic region. Well, let's talk about the players on the field this morning, at least at the surface here. Then we'll take a look at some upper level features. First of all, it's kind of a general trough in the eastern part of the U.S. This isobar pattern right here kind of represents a surface level trough throughout the eastern part of the nation. Meanwhile, we have a frontal system that will slowly advance its way to the Atlantic seaboard, and in addition to that, there is some upper level energy that will be closing in on the Atlantic seaboard. The combination of the broad upper level trough, the short wave of energy, and the surface frontal system will increase the chance for showers and thunderstorms this afternoon and this evening. Probably the most likely timetable will be the usual for summertime thunderstorms in the mid-Atlantic region, namely 2 p.m. to 10 p.m., somewhere in that area. And again, some of the afternoon and evening thunderstorms can produce some heavy rainfall, perhaps some flash flooding, as grounds, of course, are well saturated. Meanwhile, upstream, look at this, another cold frontal system. That is the frontal system that moves through early Friday right here. It is backed up by strong, beautiful high pressure in southwestern Canada. That high pressure to our north and west this weekend will produce comfortable conditions in places like New York City, Philadelphia, D.C., with comfortably warm temperatures and noticeably lowering humidity values. That humidity starts to drop off on Friday, and it'll stay around. The comfortable air mass stays around on Saturday and Sunday as well. Well, let's take a quick look at the radar. There are a few showers and embedded thunderstorms near New York City or south of there, just south of Long Island. That's moving away. The main area of concern now is out across West Virginia, and this is the part of the country where we'll watch the radar over the next few hours. It should expand in coverage across western Pennsylvania, down across eastern West Virginia, the far western area of Virginia over the next few hours. All of that headed towards the I-95 corridor for the mid and late afternoon hours, and that threat of showers and thunderstorms will continue into the evening hours as well. Well, let's take a look at last night's 6E GFS model run. First, we're looking at the 500 millibar level here, the vorticity or the spin in the atmosphere aloft that contributes to upward motion down at the surface. Again, we have kind of a broad upper level trough indicated here by kind of the kink in the pattern here of these heights here at 500 millibars. A trough of low pressure in the eastern U.S. Embedded within that broad trough is a short wave of energy right here, and watch what happens. That just intensifies a little bit as it slides towards the eastern seaboard. That will help to produce the upward motion this afternoon and evening, combined with diurnal heating. We'll have high temperatures well up in the 80s this afternoon. All of that destabilizes the lower part of the atmosphere, and the result should be some shower and thunderstorm activity in the I-95 corridor region. Again, the most likely timetable for this activity is about 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. Some of the storms can reach strong to severe levels. Let's now keep moving forward. And this broad upper level low here over south central Canada is really associated with that cooler air mass, drier air mass headed to the mid-Atlantic region for the upcoming weekend. Still kind of a trough here in the east on Thursday. Certainly cannot rule out a shower or thunderstorm on Thursday into early Thursday night. Not as widespread as what I expect to happen this afternoon or evening, but cannot rule that out. And then on Friday, the secondary front swings on through the mid-Atlantic region. Here we are now, Friday morning. noticeable drop in humidity values on Friday in D.C., Philadelphia, New York City, and it looks like that comfortable air will stick around all weekend long. High temperatures probably the low to mid 80s with very reasonable humidity levels as well in the mid-Atlantic region. Well, let's now take a look at the surface forecast maps from last night's 6C GFS model run. Rain is indicated on these particular maps in green, heavier rain in yellow, and notice there's some showers right now, not too far from New York City, mostly offshore, moving away, but as we move into the midday and afternoon hours, it tends to become more widespread. And here we are early tonight, GFS even depicting a little bit of yellow here, heavier rainfall right in that D.C., Philadelphia, New York City corridor as that upper level energy passes overhead early this evening, and then that threat starts to diminish late in the evening and we move into the day on Thursday. Cannot rule out a scattered shower or thunderstorm Thursday afternoon and evening as that secondary cold front arrives. That secondary cold front clears the coast by Friday morning, and here we are Friday morning, a noticeable drop in humidity levels during Friday morning into the midday hours, a relatively nice afternoon. High pressure centered over the northern plains will control our weather not only later Friday but right through the upcoming weekend. It just keeps us with comfortable conditions. Here we are now Saturday morning, high pressure in control, low level flow out of the northwest around this high pressure system that Saturday morning will be out over the Ohio Valley. Again, high temperatures look like they'll be in the very comfortable low to mid 80s in D.C., Philadelphia, New York City on Saturday and Sunday, and humidity levels will be very comfortable for this time of the year. Let's go all the way through Sunday. Here we are Sunday, still in the clear in the mid-Atlantic region. Looks like that comfortable air mass will become more stale by early next week. Humidity will begin to rise, and we'll get a little bit more unsettled for the early and middle part of next week. But very nice weekend coming our way here in the Mid-Atlantic region, later Friday and especially Saturday and Sunday. But before we get there, the threat exists for strong to severe thunderstorms this afternoon and evening. Any storm can produce some heavy rainfall, so watch out for the potential of flash flooding in the I-95 corridor later today, early tonight. That's it for now. For PerspectaWeather.com, I'm meteorologist Paul Dorian.